2, 1. Hello out there on the interwebs, and welcome back to the Let's WoW podcast. We are the podcast from you, for you, and by you all out there in the World of Warcraft community. My name is Gemmet. I am your host, and with me tonight, as always, is the ever so lovely, ever so humble, and perpetually sick Day. And, of course, this silky-voiced Uno. Hello.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Oh my god, I do the girliest when you're like, hello.
It was nice. We had a little bit on each end. Day, you really are still sick.
I am. I don't know why I can't shake this. There was that really nasty H1N1 outbreak here, and yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah. This is going on like at least a month now, right?
Yeah, and it's a virus, so there's not much I can do other than drink tea.
Which I'm sure you have. Hey, I forgot to say it during the pre-show. Did you pee yet?
I did, and I had coffee early, so I wouldn't have to pee like every 2 seconds.
Excellent.
How considerate.
Right?
All right. Well, we're not the only ones here tonight. We also have from the Lockheed Journals with Rem Marconin, our buddy Jim Beverly, Harthor, Rayanne, and a whole ton of other people. Also, he was doing the roleplay roundup, which would be found at the end of Torn Think Tank. Unfortunately, he's not anymore. He needs your ideas. We have Odinus. Hello.
Hello.
How are you tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you doing today?
Oh, we are great. I am excited. I have been a fan of yours. I'm not going to lie. I'm definitely fanboying a bit right now.
Should have heard him before.
Yeah, exactly. I definitely got it all out before, but or tried to. I've been listening to your stuff at the end of Torn Think Tank, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm really excited you're on the show with us tonight. And on top of all of that, this is our 50th show. We are 50 today. What?
Flash dance.
50 is the new 50.
Congrats.
We are quickly catching up to how old I am. A couple more years.
It's true.
So anyway, in the beginning of the show, so you're not sure if you've heard us or not. It's okay if you haven't. We do like to get to know our guest a little bit better. So how about you let everybody know more about yourself? What got you started in WoW? Do you do other kind of Blizzard stuff? And since you do the roleplay things, I'd love to hear about that too.
Sure. Well, I started in World of Warcraft back in Burning Crusade. A friend of mine, I had just gone to college, and a friend of mine had said, hey, let's keep in contact via this. So we leveled up a hunter and rogue combo all the way up to 70. And after we ended up stopped playing together, I learned about role-playing realms and ended up leveling my paladin and joined a role-playing guild, and that was pretty much it from there. I mean, I've been role-playing ever since, been a part of many, many guilds, and I led a guild at one point, as well as, you know, being a part of them, many events and all that sort of thing. I raided a bit in Wrath of the Lich King, but didn't really do anything during Cataclysm, and really brought it back in full swing here in Mists of Pandaria. In regards to podcasting, like Gem said, I started with the role-playing roundtable at the end of Torn Think Tank about a year ago, actually. Rem put out a call for segments, and I just said, hey, I can talk about role-playing. I've done that before. And after that, I decided I wanted to do a full-time show. I'm an absolutely terrible host, so I chose to go with something scripted. You know, I did a little acting in high school, so I figured that would be the best way to do it. And so the Lockheed Journals was born, which is a Warcraft radio detective series starring Edgar Lockheed, Private Eye.
If you haven't listened to it, I know I was telling Odinus I haven't listened to it in a while, but I like to binge listen to things, so I save them up.
Yeah, right.
I have listened. It is a very entertaining show, so check that out.
I'm very glad.
And now with roleplay, what originally got you into roleplaying? I know you were saying you do some Dungeons and Dragons.
do.
Is that what got you into it?
Well, yeah, I did a bit of D&D beforehand with some friends in high school. I did some forum role play, and I also really enjoyed just writing in general, you know, in all my English classes when I was a kid. So it was just kind of a natural evolution from there. And just, falling into the right role-playing guild when I first joined the game. I think that really is what got me on that road, because I was with that guild for about a year. So that definitely, set me on the path to really enjoying it throughout the entire thing. And now I have, though my mains are on other servers for raiding and things like that, I do keep my alts on Moonguard and Wormrest Accord. So, just to hop in and roleplay pretty much every week. I see that face, Kenneth.
Yeah. Sorry. I knew you were on Moonguard, but every time I hear it, I immediately think of Goldshire.
There's more to Moonguard than Goldshire, but Goldshire does exist.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to deny it.
Yeah. And if you don't know what we're talking about, good.
Good
One
for
of my
you.
favorite hobbies, and I tell this story all the time, every time Hallow's End comes around, I log on to Moonguard, go to Goldshire, and successfully convince everyone to let the horsemen burn the inn down. It's not that hard, oddly enough.
Not surprising. That inn. All right. Well, that's a whole other different rating for a podcast.
Oh, yes.
There was something I wanted. Oh, right. So, yeah, you're in roleplay guilds. What is that like? I actually haven't been in one. I don't know about Day or Uno, but I'm curious. Is it just roleplay only, or do you talk like out of character in guild chat?
Oh, absolutely. Typically, how a typical roleplay guild is set up is that they will either use guild chat and officer chat, or guild chat and a separate channel. One is specifically designated for out of character, and one is specifically designated for in character. They'll come up with some, in-game reason to have a global channel for everyone. Either, everyone has this like gnomish or goblin communication device, or for some reason you can talk into your Hearthstone and other people hear it. It's typically just a flimsy excuse to be able to call people when you want to role play with them. And it's a lot of them just do regular PvE stuff. Not a lot of them raid or do anything like that. Maybe a little bit of LFR, mostly dungeon running when they actually want to play the game. But it's a lot of role-playing events, a lot more transmog than the normal players would. Though, to be honest, for those who have been playing before transmog actually existed, most of them already owned all of those armor sets. They just, when transmog existed, they just shoved them into void storage.
Yeah.
That was pretty much the only change.
Yeah, that was another thing with the transmog and roleplay. I'm thinking, like, did they just walk around with those on?
Yes, they did,
Okay.
actually.
Yeah, transmog makes it easier for everybody.
Yeah, my paladin had a set of that blue Lightforge set from the Outland dungeons.
Love that set.
I walked around with that all the time. So transmog just made it easier. But mostly, instead of, putting raiding events or anything like that, they'll have role-playing events. For example, we'll have a guild meeting in some random area, or, one of the ones that I enjoyed was a caravan that, everybody escorted this one caravan through Arathi and into South Shore back when that wasn't a plague mess. So yeah, it's just whatever you make up off the top of your head, like in-character dungeon runs, that sort of thing.
Neat. Yeah, roleplay, it's something I kind of got into a little bit towards the... When was it? Towards the middle of Mists. But I'm not that creative of a person, so...
It's hit or miss for a lot of people.
Yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, I find doing it with other friends is fun. And me and Shaman Rongar were role-playing pandas.
Hey, there you go.
And that was...
I find Pandaren are a really good class to start off role-playing with, because you have an in-character reason to not know what's going on.
Yeah, I remember you saying that, and I thought about that. So, yeah. Roleplay is interesting. It's creative. It's very creative. It adds a whole different thing to the game.
It definitely does.
one of the most popular areas on roleplay servers is Cathedral Square in Stormwind. So when I go there on a PvE server, I'm just like, why is it so barren? There's no one here.
Well, why is that? Is there any specific reason, or it just kind of happens?
It was just kind of a collective decision that nobody, really realized they, agreed to. In Stormwind, there are three main areas that people congregate. There's the Pig and Whistle in Old Town, there's the Blue Recluse in the Mage District, and then there's the Cathedral Square. The taverns make sense in character. The Cathedral Square was chosen, I think, largely because it's the least populated area with people trying to go to the bank or the auction house. You're not going to run into many people who just decide to stop in their daily tasks and troll the heck out of you.
Right.
Right, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So it just ended up being a good spot. Orgrimmar's a little different. Typically that, if I find any there, it's usually around the taverns.
Well, we are going to get more into roleplay, and Day is going to be very happy tonight because we have a lot of PvP.
Yes, finally.
And
Not like I have a PvP podcast to talk about this.
No, not a shit. Go ahead, subtle plug. Dots, Hots, and Grave Plots, Friday night. They record
I
live.
was going to plug it in my news anyway, so jeez.
Well, there you go. You get an extra plug for free. So, Day, what has been going on with you since last we spoke?
Oh, goodness. Remember how I told you that I could never move my Night Elf Priest off of Exodar?
If she went Horde, I swear to God, you're fired from this
No.
podcast.
I leveled another priest for Horde. Come on, Gimmet. She is now on Draenor in Rebels of Azeroth with Nurian.
Oh, neat.
And I'm currently flexing with them. And I would just like to announce that the raid team there, or not the raid team, the guild there is looking to build a second raid team. So a second 10-man team, because we would like to merge into a 20-man team for Warlords.
Ooh,
so
mythic?
if you'd like to be on possibly Mythic. So if you'd like to be on an Alliance raid team, Draenor, Rebels of Azeroth, you can talk to Nurian.
Nice.
At Nurian_ROA on Twitter.
Yes, Nurian is a frequent. He joins in frequently in our chat room. He might be here tonight.
And honestly, the guild is amazing. Tons of helpful people. They made me feel so welcome, because the only person I knew when I came over there was Nurian. I'm like, hey guys, so I flexed with you once and I'm here now.
And I'm here
And
now.
they were all like, /cheer day! And they were just very friendly. They're so friendly and they're so helpful.
Team Day goes across servers, doesn't it?
Kind of
Across
does.
It's
games.
definitely a thing. I just have to accept that it's a thing.
But Team Day is still alive and well. The guild on Exeter, don't worry. I have other tunes there, so people who are there, I'm still there. My hunter is now the guild master, though. So you'd be proud of that, Gamut.
Absolutely. If I wasn't just taking a sip of my drink, I would have said something.
Other than that, this week, I still need 3 pieces on my Horde Priest for PvP gear. This season's not this season, I guess last season, the Grievous gear. But I'm now running 2 arena comps. So I'm running on my Resto Druid with Jab and Ram. Jab is Warrior, Ram is a Frost Mage. And now I'm also running on my Holy Priest with Jab as a Hunter. There you go, Gem.
Hunter!
And and Ram on his Rogue. So it was really interesting getting into Priest PvP again. I'm really excited because I missed my Priest so much. And Dots, Hots, and Grave Plots finally hit episode 10 on Friday.
Woot.
Congrats.
Yeah, we had a little bit of trouble at the beginning with hosts and such. But now I have Jab and it's going strong. Except apparently I'm hostile when it comes to talking about PvP.
Yeah, you can get pretty hostile. We actually had to warn Odinus before we started the pre-show.
And just, keeping with that hostility, Death Knights are still stupid, and monks are now too. Those two classes should be just taken out of the game. Because as a healer, those are the only two classes that I cannot get away from, and that can kill me.
14. I'm just thinking 14 Orc Death Knights.
Now that I'm Horde, it's 14 Worgen Death Knights.
Oh gosh.
Oh goodness.
Because I hate Worgens.
Gosh.
I know, I'm a terrible person.
You
but
are,
it's
and you
just
should feel bad
because
about it.
It's always a Worgen or an Orc.
Worgen hard or hardly Worgen?
And there we go. There's our show title.
The only acceptable Death Knight is Nurian, because he is an awesome tank. Nurian, you missed the Rebels of Azeroth plug. Oh,
Yep. Missed it.
I have to redo it.
By
No,
a
I'm just
mile.
kidding. But, yeah, that has been my week. How about you, Uno?
My week, it's going to be short, honestly, because all I've been doing is recruiting people into Blizzard games. I, found all my friends that don't play Hearthstone and got them into Hearthstone. I went over to their house. We downloaded the Battle.net client. We installed Hearthstone. And then I proceeded to mop the floor with them. So that was awesome. And in the meantime, I actually got a couple people to purchase World of Warcraft. So I'm out there trying to get the subs back single-handedly. 12 million. I'm gonna do it.
Look at you pushing.
12 million or bust.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I've just been socializing, honestly, across the platform, talking about Heroes of the Storm and the new expansion year-ish, I'm thinking, hopefully, within the year. But that's it. Not a lot. So just messing around. I haven't had a day off. I'm working 7 days a week right now, and it's just insane.
Oh gosh.
I know. So
That's
I'm
rough.
yeah. So it's been, it's been a tightrope, but I managed to bring a couple more people over to the light. So that should be cool. I should have some new folks, and actually I've been promoting the podcast as well. So I don't see them in here now, but maybe they're just hiding.
There you go.
Maybe. Well, it's also Oscar night.
Oh, that's right. So, new listeners, new players. That's me in a nutshell this week. How about you, Gim?
Pushing all the things and pushing me right out because I still have not touched World of Warcraft.
Oh, tisk tisk.
Oh, shush.
I am doing the shame fingers right now.
I know
There's a
you are.
shame
I can feel it.
finger.
I can feel, right, yeah, I'm totally doing a World of Warcraft podcast, but I don't play World of Warcraft right now. And I explained that. I have been dabbling in D3 with the new thing come up. I was saying this earlier, I think before we went live, that I got my first legendary drop, which I was all excited about. Oh my god, orange! It's for the Demon Hunter. Like, God blast it, because I play a witch doctor. But yeah, I've been trying out the new stuff. I like Diablo a lot more than I probably should. I've been playing it a lot.
Diablo's a fun game.
I'm so glad you play a witch doctor. I started a witch doctor, and everyone's like, nobody plays that.
I really like it. It's fun. I get to blow things up and throw frogs and then boil poison.
I like my big
spiders.
Giant zombie thing that follows me. My homunculus. I don't know what he's called, but
Harold
yeah,
the
I love that
homunculus.
thing. And then of course I've been to StarCraft and not Hearthstone. I've been trying to play with Awesome Guy, but he gets so frustrated when I beat him. So
No
I'm like,
mercy.
I'm gonna wait till you get better, and then I'll come back into Hearthstone and play with you.
Aww.
But
You
yeah,
can play my druid deck. He will win 100%.
I've been putting him up against my priest deck, and I am a horrible priest.
Oh my god, priest is the best.
Terribad at it.
Not biased,
for
but
the
priest
win.
is the best.
No, hunters are the best. Just saying. But yeah, other than that, outside of gaming stuff this week, I went back on Horde House this past Wednesday. Which, oh my god, I always have so much fun joining those guys. And it's funny because you could tell from the beginning, for some reason I was drinking martinis the entire show, so you could
Some
see
reason.
Good.
by the end of the show I am tanked. you can actually hear the progression. So if you want to hear me get drunk and talk about games, go listen to Horde House. I was on. What did they title it? Do random boys come over and touch your Hearthstone?
Wow.
All right.
Classic. I love the titles they give their shows. So that was a lot of fun. And actually, I had Awesome Guy chime in a little bit too in there.
Really?
He was here, so you could hear him too. And we are going to get him on the show. I have gotten him to agree to at least the trial of Warcraft.
Nice.
Woot!
So,
First hit's free.
right? Yeah,
You
exactly.
should tell him to play a priest.
He would probably punch things.
I still punch things.
I'm going to have him play a hunter. Because hunters. Really no other reason than because hunters.
Seems
Oh,
legit.
that's true.
Yeah, hunters are amazing. But,
Well,
yeah. I dabbled a little in ESO.
Did you?
A little bit, yeah. I finally got a key. Finally.
apparently someone stole my name, so no.
No.
I really didn't get much time because it's, they have it now in open beta kind of thing. So it kept crashing a lot. In the 45 minutes of gameplay I actually had, I don't really see what the big hubbub is about. I don't think it's worth a subscription, but it's a beautiful game.
It really is a beautiful game.
It really
Oh,
is.
yeah, absolutely.
The graphics are amazing. But I'm a terrible whatever the heck it was that I'm playing.
Yeah, I'm definitely not
No.
subbing to another game. It's not going to happen.
No. We talk about that on Horde House, so go listen to them. Yeah, other than that, I have done nothing this week. I really haven't been in front of the computer very much. Ooh, something totally not game related at all whatsoever, but I wanted to bring this up really quickly. So, what was it, yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. I got really bored at work, and I was listening to Stuff You Should Know podcast, and in one of their episodes, they talked about the deep web. Like the internet that you need a special browser to get to, and it's like all the back alley things. They were not kidding. That place is scary.
The deep web.
Like, wow. Do you know they have hitmen openly advertised?
What?
Yeah. And it's surprisingly not that expensive.
Oh, well, all right then.
I was like, oh, okay.
Good to know.
Learned something today.
Pretty
Why did you
affordable.
just tell Day that? You shouldn't have told her that.
Hey!
But yeah, it's a scary place. I'm not going to tell you how to get there, but it took me about an hour of researching to figure out how to. So it's not actually that difficult. But oh god, I don't know why you would want to do that unless you want to get into the the back alley dealings of things. There's a lot on there that I am not willing to say in recording.
Now I'm
No,
just
We can leave it at
curious.
that.
I really went and looked just because of curiosity, and oh my god.
The deep web.
I learned more about things I never wanted to learn. So we'll just put that there. Let's move it back to World of Warcraft, though.
Let's.
Because I can feel Odinus awkwardly sitting there going, oh god, what did I get myself into?
Who is this man who invited me on this show?
These back alley shenanigans.
Yeah. Hey,
Should
if you
I
ever
just delete
need
my Worgen Death Knight now?
if you ever need a passport,
Okay. Can I clarify? I only hate Death Knights who repeatedly feel the need to kill me over and over and over again because I'm a priest.
So all of them. Is that what you're saying?
The ones that come into battlegrounds and just grip spam me all over the place like jerks.
That's the best part about being a Death Knight.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like,
Can they pick on somebody that can actually, kill them rather than like a healer?
No.
Oh,
healer
No.
first.
I love
No.
the chat. What's going on in the chat room right now? I'm just gonna say that it's hysterical.
Our chat room is awesome.
Yeah, if you are not listening to us live, we do record live. We say it at the end of the show, but I want to plug us again here. 8 o'clock Eastern at twitch.tv/Let's Wow Podcast. We have a bunch of people in there. There is a great conversation. I am trying to keep up, but it's difficult. We have chatty listeners.
can I just say?
Nurian
that
likes
I-
hitting me.
Can I just say that I'm so happy you guys record Eastern Standard Time because, like I mentioned before, I was on Azeroth Roundtable earlier today, and I woke up and I got all prepped because they record at 10. Start recording around 10:30ish, and I'm at my computer. I got my microphone set up, pop filter, all that jazz. And I'm sitting there. I'm like, they're not even online. They're recording PST, not EST.
Oh no!
Oh.
Damn it.
Couple
Yeah.
more hours.
That's always difficult. Actually, just today I got invited back on Girls Gone WoW coming up in the next few weeks. That's difficult time-wise. Because they're, I think, 5 hours ahead of me.
Oh, wow.
And, yeah. And, of course, Horde House is Pacific. So that's 10 o'clock for me. And all these time zones. But, yeah, I definitely feel your pain with that. There was one show I was on I had to wake up at 10 a.m. for on a Saturday.
Well,
That's when I have to wake
Beverly-
up when I want to listen to Maslu's podcast.
I know.
Because I'm mountain time. Ugh.
I'm Mountain Time as well.
Oh, right. We're the same time zone. Same here.
GMT for the win.
Yeah,
Love it.
okay. So, let's bring it back to World of Warcraft stuff. So, we are going to be talking a lot about PvP and roleplay tonight, and I was curious, as we were putting the show together, PvP with roleplay, what does it... I honestly haven't heard much about roleplay PvP stuff, so I'm curious if you have more information than I do, I guess.
I do.
All right, excellent.
Fancy that. Roleplay PvP looks like PvP with roleplay, on either side of it. So there's one big roleplay PvP server. I believe it's called Ravenhold. That's the biggest one currently. I know one of the guild leaders over there on that server. Very, very wonderful person. Essentially, what they on PvE servers will do is set up with a guild leader on the opposite side, pick an area, and then flag and go at it. Sometimes they'll use outside chat programs to be able to talk, to each other to set things up, either in character or out of character. But it actually ends up being pretty cool. I know the Forsaken Guild that does a lot of PvP stuff around, the Undercity area and the surrounding territories.
That's interesting. But is it, do they just, because I grew up on a PvP server. Well, grew up. Gamut grew up on a PvP server. So I finally transferred over, and it was terrible. Is it bad on roleplay servers?
Define bad. You mean like ganking and
Like
stuff?
horrible, can't hardly do a dang thing ganking.
Well, from what I understand, that's like pretty much every PvP server. There's not really much more in the way of, world PvP manners, if that's what you're talking about. You're still going to run into those kinds of people, but you'll find role-playing guilds who, can build up this really great story behind why you're going to, shack up in this town and defend it from the onslaught of the other faction.
Okay.
So there's that.
Now, with arenas and stuff like that, is there any real like roleplay stuff behind that, or any way you could work it out for roleplay? I'm sure there is, but
Yeah, actually, I ran into on Moonguard recently. They had I think it was about a month or two ago. They had this really awesome event where all of the the Orc clan guilds got together, and we went to the I believe it's called the Ring of Blood in Nagrand, something like that. We formed up teams and had a tournament.
Nice.
nice.
Yeah, I could see War Games working with RP as well, where you actually are challenging another team.
I haven't seen that happen, but I'm sure it could work great.
Interesting. See, these are things I never think about. This is interesting. I'm learning tonight. I love it. I love when our guests teach me things. It's awesome.
It's what I'm here for.
So now, do you PvP?
I don't really know.
You don't? Okay. And I can feel Day judging you right now through the internet.
No. I don't judge non-PvPers. They just haven't seen the light yet.
Sometimes I do battlegrounds so that I can have honor to get PvP gear that's better than PvE gear.
See, Battlegrounds is PvP. That counts.
It's
Definitely.
like PvP for the lazy.
I just randomly go into Battlegrounds every now and then. Again, just because I want to, heal some hordes.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's why you're on the watch list, Day, because you like to heal hordes. Yeah. I put Day back on probation for the show because she got fired earlier tonight, so. And then rehired immediately after. Wouldn't be Let's WoW without Day getting fired at least once.
Oh. There would be so much backlash.
There probably would be. I'm sure the listeners would DDoS on servers and crash our stuff.
I would start another podcast that records at exactly the same time.
Oh.
Call it the
And make
Pets Lab.
everybody go over there.
Now that's spiteful.
It'll be called Let's PvP.
Oh, goodness.
Oh.
I could see her doing that, too. Love you, Day. Love you, mean it. Okay, jeez. I thought I was prepared. Alright, so let's move it away from PvP for just a minute, because we do have listeners who are PvE, and who do both of the things, too, as well. Now, everybody's saying Warcraft is dying, because, they say that every time a day ends in Y, Warcraft is going to die. So it's not a new thing. I know we all know what I'm talking about if you listen to any kind of WoW news stuff. But I'm curious here, this is an interesting one, is what do you think will kill World of Warcraft?
World of Warcraft will eventually kill World of Warcraft.
Yeah, I'm all on that team too.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I'm thinking too.
Like when they make the next big MMO, that's what's going to kill World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
And even then, I'm pretty sure there's going to be at least 10 servers up that just, people are playing on. Because someone's going to want to play this game forever.
Definitely. As much
Day
money as
raises your
I've put
hat.
into it, I can't see myself stopping ever. I need my
Right?
money's worth, and I don't have that many years in my life left, so...
Yeah, I mean, for people watching on the live stream, I'm wearing my Alliance shirt, I have my Alliance hat, I have a jacket over here, I have this amazing pillow that I got this week with Warcraft.
Amazing is the word.
It's amazing. Tons of stuff with World of Warcraft. I want to get my money's worth. Just throwing money at them.
That's exactly why I can never stop playing. Ever.
Yeah, they're going to have to, shut the servers down and pull me away from my computer. Or I will stop playing.
They'll have to pull my Razer mouse out of my dead, cold hands.
Yeah, I agree with y'all, though. I think World of Warcraft will eventually be the end of World of Warcraft. They'll do something and it'll cause a landslide and they won't be able to recover. Or maybe they won't. And it'll just go on forever.
Yeah, well,
You know what?
Yeah,
EverQuest has gone on forever.
it truly
That's
has.
very true.
It truly has. I got in an argument with somebody today about whether we are going to play World of Warcraft or EverQuest 2. Needless to say, I won.
Of course you did. And yeah, like with all of you, I'm once a Warcraft player, always a Warcraft player. I may not be actively playing right now, but I'm like always thinking about it. It's bad. I wake up and I go, I wonder what's going on in Azeroth today.
Same thing that's happening every day, Gimmet. Trying to save the world.
The chat room is saying, Juve Milano is saying, let's see where ESO is 10 years from now, because Lio had said, things just die after like 2 years, like ESO will, throwing shade to Elder Scrolls. And some things die after, I don't know, 15 years plus. I think if they could find something to keep people going, which it's 10 years of World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
They definitely are doing something right.
I think pandas will kill World of Warcraft.
Pandas, definitely. The second pandas are released, everyone's going to be leaving.
Yeah, everybody's going to leave.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. The panda thing, I know. They cannot.
Who plays a panda?
They can't do it. That's gonna just ruin it.
Especially an awesome female warrior panda with red hair and a foxtail.
I've never seen one of those.
Yeah, you just described my prot warrior, Uno.
Oh, did I?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Not even joking. Well, I'm gonna go delete her now. I'll just play my undead warrior.
No, because Rob from the Training Dummies plays that same type of panda, and he just raved and raved about it, and so I had to go make one. He's like, it's the best animation in the game. So I was like, let's check it out. And he's like, she's super sexy. It's awesome. I actually really liked it. I was like, wow, this is pretty kind of cool.
Pretty kinda cool.
Pretty kinda.
Pretty kinda.
All right. Well, Day, I'm going to let you go ahead and take this next bit here since, of course, I don't PvP. I did a little bit, but...
Well, this is about world PvP.
Yeah, I don't do that either.
Well, alright, so there's still a lot of QQing on the forums, especially when it comes to the Timeless Isle about world PvP and how apparently PvPers are griefing the PvEers, which I haven't really seen happen that often. The only time I've ever been flagged on the Timeless Isle is A, if I'm doing the PvP stuff there, or B, if I'm just being generally dumb and healing people who are flagged. So I don't understand how these people are managing to get themselves flagged, and then they cry about it.
It's possible.
Because AoE doesn't flag you anymore. The only time you could get flagged is if you're tab targeting and you accidentally target someone who's flagged. So stop tab targeting.
I was always under the impression AoE did, and whenever there was anybody flagged around me, I would absolutely not use any AoE.
It used to.
It used to, it does not anymore. If you use Halo and it hits somebody who's flagged, you're not going to get flagged. Or just, like, I'm just using that because I play a priest, but if I am healing people who are flagged, if I directly heal them, of course it's going to flag me. Also, fun fact, if you have the confession glyph on your priest, and you do confession on someone who's flagged, it flags you!
Oh.
I learned that the funny way.
Funny way, yeah, we'll say it that way. I'm sure you weren't cursing and screaming at the computer.
I wasn't. I was laughing my head off. I was like, well, that's a thing.
Oh, yeah, the PvP QQers, I know they get under your skin. Odinus, what do you think about those? Do you complain about PvP stuff even though you don't do it?
Not really. No. No, I don't really see much on the Timeless Isle. There was this one elemental shaman who was really clever. Apparently a combination of items, including the that one that makes you one of the members of the Ordos people. I don't
Like
really.
the sensor thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. That sounds better. As well as this one item that decreased the aggro range where things would aggro you. This elemental shaman sat like at the entrance of where the Celestials are, and just sat there and waited until people attacked her, and then And then the guards would come over and attack the other person instead of her.
Nice.
So that was clever. Other than that, I don't really care.
Well, the thing that annoys me in World PvP is right now, because everybody has a base resilience, I don't have any sort of what's the word? Like, I go out in World PvP and I'm being like murderized by people in, for example, heroic raid gear, just because the stats are so much better. Because we all have the base resilience, so I can't do anything to them. And because their stats are so good on their gear, like, they can kill me in 2 seconds, even though I'm in full PvP gear. Just because the item level, there's such a discrepancy in the item level right now. Because if you're in full Grievous, it's 522, but you're getting into, like, regular siege gear, it's what, 553?
Yeah.
It's true. That is a problem, though. I mean, I guess that brings up the opposite issue. What happens when they make PvP gear equal to raid gear? Which,
It is now.
Oh, yeah, it is.
The Prideful Gear is 550. I'm so excited. I'm not going to be murdered by PvE gear people anymore.
Nice. I got to get me some of that.
And it looks really... Well, okay, it's just the opposite color of the... Like, Horde gets the Alliance colors, and Alliance gets the Horde colors. But
Yay! Make the Horde Alliance. I'm okay with that.
Oh no, I've just mogged back into the
Of course
Grievous
you
gear.
have.
That's right.
And with that, Day is fired for the second time.
I don't want blue wings, I want my red Horde wings. Come on.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I'm glad. I know a lot of PvEers are actually complaining about the fact that the Conquest gear is now a 550 item level, because they're like, there's no reason to do Raid Finder anymore. There's no reason to do Flex Raid anymore because the gear is higher.
Fantastic.
But see, I don't think they realize how much work goes into Conquest capping. They're like, they just give you the PvP gear. I'm like, yeah, it's totally what happens, guys.
They really don't.
Because you can only get, like, if you are capping Conquest doing Battlegrounds or Arena or something, you can only get 1,800. If you're doing rated Battlegrounds, you can get up to 2,200, and that only buys you one piece a week. So it's really a slow process.
Yeah, that is pretty slow.
Yeah.
What's Honor gear at right now?
The Honor gear is 522.
Yeah,
So it's still
better.
better than, like, Throne of Thunder, Raid Finder stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah. I don't understand why they say that gearing for PvP is... Like, I find gearing for PvP a lot more time-consuming than PvE gearing.
It's true, because you have multiple bosses you could, end up with pieces off of, as opposed to you have to buy everything.
Yeah, and Jab just says, it's a good thing that Timeless Isle doesn't throw PvE gear at you. Oh, wait.
No, you don't just get tons of gear.
Like, even gearing my priest, like, I just leveled my Blood Elf priest. Even trying to get her full Grievous, so I've been farming out the Honor set, it's taken me over a week now.
You poor
Just
dear.
because I do, like, you can dungeon run and convert. I do the dailies on the Isle of Thunder. And then I queue for Battlegrounds, but Horde Battlegrounds is a 10-minute queue. So there I am just waiting a lot of the time.
I am. Alliance Battlegrounds are really quick, but then we always lose.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
Horde was having a bad day today. We lost 3 times in a row. How does Horde lose Warsong Gulch 3-0? I
because
never see that
Horde
happen.
is terrible. Done. End of story. I saw something on Twitter yesterday that somebody on Alliance side won a bunch of battlegrounds back to back to back.
They were cheating. I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what?
Cheating.
No, when I looked-
Alliance winning battlegrounds?
When I looked in the like the list of players in the battleground, they were all from like Darkspear and Killjade, and I'm like pre-mades, totally pre-mades.
Probably. All right, so Jay, do you want to get hostile about PvP anymore? Do you have any more to get hostile about? I'm a little worried. I'm actually offering this upon her.
No, because both of those topics were kind of the same thing, just about world PvP, etc.
A boot?
Yeah.
And
boot.
shut up. I honestly am one that doesn't believe in a quote-unquote PvE server because it's a normal server. That's what it says. You're going to expect PvP when you have two opposing factions in a game. So if you don't want a PvP, don't play the game. Or don't go into Battleground.
I just want to say, the chat room is reacting to things, and of course we have the one and only War Chief Worgen here, and gave me a little emote, and I absolutely, I don't like the Horde, but I respect Worgen. So
Taz Dingo.
we all know that. I don't. I hate the Horde, but Vol'jin's okay on my end. And Tauren.
Not Blood Elves?
Oh God, no.
You have a Blood Elf.
Even though I have a few of them. I just like Blood Elves because they're nice to look at. That's it.
Yeah, but see, normal, you can... see, I still would argue, because PvP are flagged all the time, a PvP server, whereas a normal server, you can choose to not be flagged or be flagged. There's always going to be that option to choose to be flagged. They're never going to take that away.
All right. Interesting. So, there was God. The amount of screaming that I heard when they announced that you needed silver in Proving Grounds to be able to do heroics.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right? I cheer.
Wow. Wow. I was honestly a little surprised at all the screaming. And the people screaming are probably the ones who put you on follow and AFK.
Yeah, that's true.
So I could immediately tell all of us definitely agree with those. I think it's fantastic.
Me too.
Show your skills. You're going into a heroic dungeon. Heroic. Hero.
Be heroic.
Big, strong, scary monster things. Like, you're not just going to wander in there aimlessly.
Yeah, right?
Kind of well, yeah, I guess I do kind of RP think a little bit. You're not going to go in there with not great stuff
With
and
no
hope for the
training
best.
whatsoever.
No, I am. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, I've talked so much.
Okay. Personally, the thing that I'm most excited about for this is not the fact that it requires silver, though that will make random dungeoning at least a little better. Because, quite frankly, you can still work hard to get silver and then AFK later.
Yep.
What I'm most excited about is the fact that gear from heroic dungeons will gear you up for normal raiding, which
Yes.
means I don't have to go through LFR in order to be a part of a raid team.
Right, and I personally, I think that's how it should have been. All in
See-
all, like from the very beginning of LFR stuff, that the progression of difficulty.
Oh yeah.
I am so glad that this is being paired with the boosts to 90. So you're not going to be able to random queue with maybe people who bought their 90 and haven't quite figured it out yet. It's going to make them do this and learn their class before they can random queue with you.
That's true.
I do want to bring this over to the chat room. There is quite a heated discussion going on right now.
Ooh.
Oh gosh. All right, I'm gonna scroll a little bit here.
See, well, DJ Bill Hype says it promotes elitism. I don't think that it does.
No, and Nurian definitely said I agree that if they wanted elitism, like the best of the best of the best, they would require
really
gold or another level higher.
Can I quote what Bashiok says in this post?
Please do. Yeah, because I really do.
Yeah,
like
I love what he says at the end. It says silver is just supposed to show that you have a pulse and a general understanding of your class. It's the captcha of dungeon queuing. Boom.
Okay, this is interesting. I'm wondering what y'all have to say about this. DJ Bill is saying, but you have to pass something. It's a game. Why do we have to pass a test?
Yeah, I read that too. That's a really good point.
That is a good point.
Okay, but in order to progress to another level, you do have to pass something in most games.
Right, there's always that. I'm going to bring it back to Mario. To get to the next thing, you got to complete that last castle.
Yep.
It's true.
This is like that last castle.
And normal dungeons will gear you up for LFR. So if you're just shooting for LFR, you don't even need to worry about this at all. And quite frankly, and they also said that if you're queuing with friends, if you get 5 of you together, of course you can go into heroic dungeons. It's just if you want to do the random queue, you need silver.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just to clarify again, this is just for the LFG.
Yeah.
Just absolutely, guys. So
not even for LFR. Just LFG.
It's just LFG. I like that because me and my husband, when we played together, we would get into some horrid heroic groups in Cataclysm.
Oh yeah.
Horrid. Horrid to the point that we would say, we're just gonna take our 30.
Yeah.
We're going to bringing it back to Gamer Girly. But yeah, we were like, we're going to take the deserter because this is going nowhere fast. And it was because people were in terrible gear. They didn't know what the heck they were doing. A whole laundry list of things. Oh,
yeah. And the heroic dungeons were just absolutely brutal. I spent 2 hours in Lost City of Tol'vir once.
Yeah.
And that's actually what encouraged me to quit the game until Cataclysm was over. It's just I love tanking. I got up to, the gear level to join a random dungeon. I hopped in. 2 hours later we finished. Wow. And it was just I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, and that still happens, actually. And people are bringing up about the boosted 90s. That is... I personally haven't seen a lot of how they're going to do it. From my understanding is that they're going to have something like the Death Knight starting zone to ease you into it quickly, but still ease you into it. So that at the end of it, you have a general understanding of how to play your class. Yes, there are going to be those people.
Mm-hmm.
There's always going to be.
It's unavoidable. It's absolutely unavoidable, no matter what Blizzard does. But it's... Yeah, I don't think the boosted 90s are going to be as big a deal as people are thinking they're going to be. Because on top of all of that, it's $60 after your first one.
Yeah.
Unless you have money shooting out your wazoo... Well, call me and let me know about that first.
Call your doctor first, then call them.
No. Call me first, then call your doctor.
I'll come diagnose it. Take a sample.
And this is going places.
This is interesting here. With DJ Bill Hype, he's definitely this debate going. This is why you should listen live if you're listening on the download. Or if you can listen live, obviously, because we do have listeners all over the place. You can still not... DJ Bill is saying you can still not be good players, though.
Definitely.
And by requiring... Excuse me, I forgot how to word. And by requiring someone to get a certain status suggests that you have to be good to do something. So it's a double standard.
Well, but, okay, because... Not that I have a super high-level tank, but I have tanked some. Well, okay, let me do this from a healer's point of view. because I heal. That's pretty much what I do exclusively.
Seriously?
And I
Really?
What?
What?
This is news to everybody.
Why are you just telling us?
I really despise going into a random group and having the worst tank of all time, to where I'm healing the hunter pet because it's doing a better job of tanking than the tank. Which still happens even though Mist's dungeons are pretty easy. But imagine that in Cataclysm, when dungeons were like sucky hard.
I would have cried.
When you had to heal a bad tank, it was the worst experience. My first Cata Heroic was Stone Core, and it had me in tears because the tank could not hold aggro, and I just couldn't keep up with healing the mage that had the aggro. Like, imagine that.
Imagine that. Why does that warlock minion have the boss?
I'd be okay if it was a warlock minion. At least they have that shield, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
It seems to me like it's fair, because to get onto raid teams, I've had to go through tests to make sure that I was at a certain level, quote unquote, level of skill before I could join the raid team. And I never thought that was elitism. I thought that was fair. Like, I was in charge of keeping everybody alive. Why would they not be able to? Why should they not have to test me?
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's important to realize that this is the only thing in the game that will have that requirement. If you want to go in with a guild group, you can do that. You can do heroic dungeons with a guild group. You can do normal and LFR without any requirement. You can do normal dungeons without any requirement. It's just if you want to queue with random people for heroic dungeons. That's it. I don't think that's that bad.
Okay, this is going along with it's kind of what we're talking about here. Revenar is saying friends and guildies are more likely to be patient and help you learn than random idiots. Well,
Randoms will jump on you. Yeah.
yeah,
No,
randoms.
they will.
Well, they will. They will. That's the anonymous behind the curtain of the internet. That and then of course DJ Bill is saying yes, it will. Revenar then says that will never change. DJ Bill is saying yes, it will if there are ramifications for being jerks, which absolutely I think there should be.
Yeah.
Personally, I think there should be.
That gets into a real touchy subject.
Yeah,
though.
there's definitely it's a slippery slope with that.
Because one person's
Absolutely.
jerks, another person's eccentric.
Yeah, exactly, and that'd be difficult. I know there was an add-on I used to use years ago where you could thumbs up or thumbs down people.
Ooh.
And it would pop up with the people's ratings when you got into a group.
Huh.
I can't remember what it
I
is,
like
and
that.
I haven't used it in forever.
It's kind of like the reputation on the raid site. What's that raid? What I can't think of the name of right now.
OpenQ?
Open raid.
Open raid and yeah.
OQ. Does OQ do it?
I think we lost somebody.
I'm still here.
Oh, we lost
Day.
Yep, Day is temporarily unavailable right now.
That was bizarre. Was it just me that
she's
dropped?
back. Yes,
Yes.
it was.
Yep.
Yeah, and our friend Lio is saying that's what they do in League. Absolutely.
Yep.
I think just, a basic kind of, did I like running with this person? Yes or no? I think that would be good. It'd keep it as basic as possible.
Right?
Yeah.
In regards to the rating and ramification stuff. I don't think Blizzard will actually ever hand down punishment, I guess you could say, to people for being jerks, because that opens the door to, if somebody does something, you're going to get all of your friends and guildies to then pile on top of them with negative ratings, and this person ends up getting banned or suspended or something because you don't like them and you have a lot of friends.
Gemmett would get me banned.
I would end up getting banned. I would end up getting banned because I'm terrible. Well, on anything other than my hunter.
Yeah. Well, it's a slippery slope once you start going down that road, and I just don't see how they could implement it. There's just so many pros and cons that it would be too dramatic of a change from what we have now, which is nothing. So,
right. Yeah, it would definitely. That would definitely. There would be again, back to Revenar. He says, well, Blizz could make the rules even more strict, then the game would die because people don't want to be treated like fourth graders.
That's true.
Yeah.
And absolutely true. It's a difficult thing. Vol'jin is saying, back in my day, we had server reputations. Oh god, I have to scroll again. If people were jerks, they were most likely not getting invited in. Which is exactly right. Now that we have the connected realms and all this, that, and everything else, and you can basically queue with anybody, I feel like the server community is not as strong as it once was.
Oh, it's
Definitely.
not. It's
Like
definitely
there were,
not.
I remember back on Thunderlord, there were a couple people that everybody knew. Do not get in a group with them. They
Yes.
will ninja your loot and not do anything.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah.
I knew that as well.
And it may be that I moved from a medium low pop server to a now full server, but I don't see that as much. Not on Proudmoore, at least.
Well, Proudmoore's a stellar server, though.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Stellar.
Proudmoore is like the village of World of Warcraft.
I thought
like,
you were going to say the village
like
people.
New York City.
World of Warcraft.
It's like Greenwich Village of New York City. It's a very accepting server. What's it like over on the roleplay servers at Inus? I'm assuming the communities are a little stronger.
Yeah, most definitely. And, we definitely have those sorts of, there's certain people that everybody knows on the server, especially in the lower population roleplay servers. Everyone there speaks, or at least types, in better grammar. That's for sure.
You got to know how
Pretty
to
much
spell.
everyone types with perfect grammar and spelling, which is something I had to get used to when I started playing on PvE servers. It's just like, whoa, there are so many LOLs up in here.
I'm immediately resubbing and going exclusively to an RP servers because that drives me crazy.
Pretty much everyone there. It's really bizarre to see trade chat trolling, but in perfect grammar. It's bizarre.
IKR.
Oh my goodness.
I don't even know half of the internet acronyms. I'm just so out of touch.
I can give you a crash course.
Oh, great!
I will. We'll do that off the air, but
All right, that's
I can
great for me.
definitely do that for you, buddy.
But yeah, they have a bit more tighter knit communities, but in general, I think it goes along with the flow of the rest of the game, in which that guilds have become the new communities.
Definitely.
Guilds have become larger, and the convert to raid server, the AIE
Massive.
server.
Yeah.
Your guild is your community. Your server is just people you might run into while leveling.
Right.
Even then, not so much, because people from other servers are out there leveling too.
Yup.
It may be me, but I definitely I like to get to know people on the server without getting to know them personally.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, I like to have positive interactions with people on the server.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
you see them in the auction house or the bank or out and about, and you just wave. It's like, hello, hey, I've seen your name before. How are you? What's
Like the
up?"
neighbor. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's like the person who lives down your hall. You know?
Yeah, right?
You don't know a lot about them, but you're at least, hi, hey, what's up?
And I think there's still server
Cordial.
pride. It's not as dominant as it once was, but with all the cross-realm zones and the connected realms, you see a lot of other people on a lot of different realms that you didn't used to see that. And so when you actually run into somebody that's from your server, you're like, what's up? I'm not sure. Look at that.
I know I do that all the time. All the time.
Definitely. When I see somebody from my guild out and about, because my guild is humongous, not the size of CTR or AIE, but over on the Stonewall family on Proudmoore, huge guild. I'll see somebody out and I'm like, "Hi, I know you.
I know you.
You're in my guild. What's up? How you doing?"
How you doing? Yeah, it's so it's still there. It's still ingrained in our DNA to have that server pride, but it's definitely not what it was. The guilds have taken over that where that once stood, for sure.
Well, there's still a little bit of server pride. I'm definitely think Proudmoore is one of the best, probably because it is.
Yeah.
Other than
biased.
Alliance side at least. I do have tunes Proudmoore Horde side. Horde side's not as great as Alliance side, and I'm actually saying this not as an Alliance player, as a player, just as a general player. It's really just with, because there's a lot of if people don't know, Proudmoore is the unofficial official LGBT server. So there's a lot of guilds on there who just accept you as a person. They don't care what you identify as or with or anything. You're just a player, and they want to get to know you and be friendly.
Yeah. There's a lot of very open-minded people on Proudmoore.
Yeah, it really is a very, very accepting server.
So
I have a lot of server pride because I love my server.
no, I hear lots of great things about that server. Absolutely.
It's really great. And if you don't have a tune on Proudmoore, go roll one, because there's wonderful people over there. I have met amazing friends on Proudmoore who I actually text with all the time. I was texting with one of them earlier during the show. I have a podcast, you know this.
Proudmoore.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say Proudmoore, almost as friendly as Moonguard.
That's a different kind of friendly.
Yeah. Glad you said that.
So this is not really as related, but just a funny story here. For the longest time, I had difficulty saying LGBT because whenever I'd say it, it'd come out as GBLT.
I did the same thing for the longest time too.
I'm all for tolerance and everything, but I don't think they appreciate being called the Great Bacon, Lettuce, and Tomato Club. I'm sure it's a fantastic club.
Actually.
That's just great. Now I'm not going to be able to say it anymore. It's going to be GBLT from now on.
Say it as often as I have to, and it won't be a problem.
we're just as accepting. So as long as you like great bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwiches.
Pretty sure there isn't a person out there who doesn't like a good BLT.
Exactly.
I don't like bacon guys.
Oh, except for Day, who hates fun.
The only
Is she
Canadian
fired
in
again?
the world that doesn't like bacon.
I'm not the only one in the world.
Wait, you don't
you're-
like bacon?
You're only
The
one
only
of two.
Canadian.
Yeah, I'm probably the only Canadian who doesn't like bacon.
Well, no, it's not Canadian bacon, it's ham.
Right? Do you like
You
ham?
have ham.
No, I don't.
Do you,
Do you like fun?
I do like fun.
really?
I don't believe
I don't believe you.
And the
I grew
crowd
up
goes
in a pig
wild.
farm, okay? No, I grew up in a pig farm eating. Ugh.
Anyway,
Ooh.
all right.
Pigs?
Tell us more, Clarice.
Right.
That's a good reference.
Anyway, back to World of Warcraft. I wish World of Warcraft had bacon.
Ah,
That would be the one thing to make it go forever.
It's a sub
Ghost
theme.
Crawler promised me bacon.
Damn it, Ghost Crawler!
I want my magic carpet to just turn into a slice of bacon, and I want to fly it around while I
gross.
eat it.
I would buy 8.
I would have tailoring on every character.
Right?
Oh my god.
Bacon.
Oh my
tail.
gosh. Nurian's gonna G kick me because I don't like bacon. Great.
Bacon week.
And you know that's serious because he's raiding right now.
I know. He came out of his raid to pop out the chat to say that to you. That's how serious this is.
I don't hate fun, Jab Cup. You know that I'm fun.
Goodness. Anyway, so I do want to, God, back to World of Warcraft. Although bacon, seriously, I have a pound of cherrywood smoked bacon in my fridge right now, and it is calling to me.
Can you stop talking about bacon, please?
Thick cut, butcher cut cherrywood. It's my favorite.
And muted.
I thought you said awesome guy was working tonight.
He.
Oh no.
Oh God, we are not Horde House.
I had to. I could not do that. Set it up so perfectly.
Oh goodness gracious.
Back to World of Warcraft.
Back to World of Warcraft.
The third time.
I
Yeah.
know.
Right. So, kind of a little potpourri topic here. The appear offline thing for BattleNet was announced quite a while ago.
Year and a half?
Still nothing. I would like that very much. Now listen, I know I give out my battle tag and my Skype information to everybody. It's not private. I love talking to people. And this should be no surprise to anyone, as I host a podcast where we talk to people every week. There are times that I will log on to like Diablo or StarCraft or something, and I just don't want to talk. You know, when you just need some me time.
It's really funny because when I was telling you that I've been playing other Blizzard games with my friends, right? I actually forgot that we didn't have an offline option. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go offline real quick, and I'm going to show you how to do this. And I was like, wait, where's the offline button? What? What?
Yeah, well, with the world that we kind of have all grown up with, you know, AIM had a... Remember that? AOL Instant Messenger.
Oh, goodness.
AIM had that. I think Google Chat has that. I know Skype definitely has it.
Oh, definitely.
It's kind of like, come on, Blizz, get with the times already. Let's go.
You know how World of Warcraft players are. They will modify what they have in front of them to make it work how they need it to. So for me, the offline option was very exciting when it was announced, and I have figured out since then how to do it. You just can't be playing a game. You can load up the launcher, and then you got your friends list there, but you can't talk to them, and you can't play a game. So there you go, offline.
That's true. Offline mode is being offline.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it should be.
There's your literal offline mode. Lio is saying in the chat, I get lots of people who get uppity at me because I stay logged in when I'm blogging. I'll do the same thing. I'll tab out. I'll be on Twitter or Facebook or whatever. I'll be logged into some game. And then I'll get a DM from somebody, why aren't you responding? Because I'm reading Twitter.
I'm so manic about it. I feel like I'm going to miss a message. I can't miss a message. Somebody just said hey to me, and I missed it. Slit my wrists.
It's a little extreme.
A little bit. Well, you know there is an add-on called Elephant, which logs your chats, so you don't have to worry about that.
I have WoW Instant Messenger, and it also does that. So
WoW Instant Messenger is really good.
it doesn't work in Hearthstone though, for some reason.
Why?
I don't know.
Maybe because it's not WoW?
No. Oh, right. Right. I thought it was like pet battles, you know. I'm just over here playing Hearthstone really quick, but I'm actually going back to Raid right now.
All right. Well, yeah, so it's Blizzard soon.
Blizzard.
Coming. Yeah, if you're not watching the live stream, I definitely just air quoted. But
Trademark
so
Blizzard.
with that, yeah, trademark Blizzard. So, Odinus, before we wrap this up, I want to once again say thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it. It's been fun.
Thank you for having me.
For budding role players out there, what would be your advice to get started in things? Because it is kind of daunting of a thought.
It absolutely is. Well, I would roll on, Wormrest Accord and Moonguard are the two biggest ones, and I do mention those a lot. But there are some great guilds on some of the smaller RP servers. I came from Steamweedle Accord. Steamweedle Accord? What am I talking about? Steamweedle Cartel. I'm just merging everything into those servers now. Steamweedle Cartel. There are some on Earthen Ring. There are some on, Cenarian Circle, Sisters of Elune. Really, just find the server that works for you. If you prefer a low-pop server, there are role-playing guilds on those. And I would definitely take a look at Wowpedia when creating your character. Read up a bit about your, the race that you're picking and, what they're all about. However, like I mentioned earlier in the show, picking a Pandaren is a great way to just throw yourself into the game and learn as you go, because the starting area is pretty much all your character would know. So everything you need is right there. And then after they go out into the world, you can just walk around asking people obnoxious questions and be entirely in character.
Yes. Like, why do you understand my language?
Yeah. Definitely the Pandaren is, I would say, the preferable starting thing for that. I liked it just because if you roll a Night Elf, there is so much history and backstory with Night Elves. That it definitely can get overwhelming. Oh
no, absolutely. And orcs have a lot of stuff. Pretty much every race has so much stuff. Just background.
Yeah.
Like
the Wandering Isle, that's your home for however long you've been there. And now we're on this new world.
Like, and sometimes role players can get judgmental if you make mistakes like that. If you just my character was born and raised in Stormwind. How could you not know that Stormwind was burned down 25 years ago and rebuilt by the Defias Brotherhood and blah, 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 blah.
If you were born there.
Yeah. It gets to be a mess. So there are some people who will point out those inconsistencies, and those people are jerks. But quite frankly, there are jerks in every area of the game. PvP, PvE. It's unavoidable, but I would not let them ruin your experience. I mean, find a great guild. They'll be more than willing to help you. There's a lot of friendly people out there.
Going along with that, I want to say, if you watched last season of RuPaul's Drag Race, Jinx Monsoon would always say, water off a duck's back. Do not let it get to you. Do not let other people ruin your fun. If you're having fun doing your roleplay thing, do it. Do you. Have fun with it, because that's what it is. It's a game, and games are meant to be fun.
It's pretendy fun time games.
Exactly. I'm going to go kill internet dragons.
Exactly.
I'm a 10-foot tall, pointy-eared, blue-skinned dude with giant paddle hands. running around with my cat fighting dragons. Have fun with it. So other than getting in touch with you or our friend Rongar on Twitter or somewhere, are there resources that you would recommend for the newbie role player?
Well, the number one is Wowpedia. I mean, if there's anything you need to know about the lore, the backstory that you need to create, it's literally a Wikipedia for World of Warcraft story. It's fantastic. In terms of how to roleplay, I would hop over to, and I don't suggest this often, I would hop over to the World of Warcraft official forums. There is a section called World's End Tavern, which includes the roleplay. And the stickies there are, introducing your character to the universe. There's a thread there for asking questions, and a guide to in-game roleplay, the basics. And if you don't feel like doing all that reading, just hop into game. I believe I haven't seen them. I haven't talked to them in a while, but there's this one big guild on Wormrest Accord called the Ember Sea Accord, which will accept any, role-playing beginner, and they're very willing to help you out. I joined them for a little while, and they're just fantastic people.
Yeah, I can't remember the guild name, but over on Sisters of Elune, there are a couple of guilds that I have been talking to since I've been playing that have definitely given me hints and tips and tricks and how-tos. And also, I haven't seen it in a while, but I went to, in Thunder Bluff, there was an open, like, RP how-to. Basically, it was
Nice.
a lecture in the game of how to, from, like, Roleplay 101. And it was very, very interesting, and the people were fantastic. The person hosting it was very nice, and I learned a lot. So if you see anything like that, definitely go and check that out, because it did help me a lot. Even though I don't actively roleplay, it's still nice to know about it, because it does add a different flavor to the game.
It definitely does.
If you're getting burnout, there's something else you can do,
Yeah.
and it adds a whole other level to the game.
And I find that learning about the lore makes some of the, PvE stuff that much more interesting. Like we're going into Warlords of Draenor. I mean, there are a lot of really awesome characters in there in lore and in Orcish history that we're going to be meeting, like Grom Hellscream, Ner'zhul, Gul'dan. These people had some very
Yeah.
tremendous effects on the Warcraft universe, and you only see them, like, if you just go in and play the game, you only see them like a handful of times. Gul'dan is mentioned a couple times, and you get to see him in that little quest line in Shadowmoon Valley, but these days that's easily skipped over, and you just don't know who these people are.
Right.
Traveling brown orcs.
Right.
Now, I'm assuming you have read the Warcraft books.
Most of them except War of the Ancients.
I'm totally judging you. Sorry.
Everyone
one is
says that.
so good.
Everyone tells me it's so good, but
It is
it's just
fantastic.
the time traveling Ronin thing. It's just
Such a good. Oh, so good.
all right. I'll
So
read
good.
it.
So good. So good.
All right, Cameron.
I personally, right here, you can't see it in camera range. I may tweet a picture of it later. I have all of the Warcraft books, and I have read every one of them at least twice. That's another great
Wow.
resource to really learn about the lore, and knowing the lore helps you immerse yourself into the story.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And as well as with Wowpedia, which is just literary quicksand, you can get so far. I mean, you can go for hours on that. But another thing that I like to do is just go to YouTube, and there's a lot of people that make videos with the synopsis of a certain time frame or a certain character or a certain area, and that I'm not saying they're always right, so you definitely may have to check your facts with those kinds of videos, but they're very entertaining, honestly, and for people like me who don't have a lot of time to read, and I listen to audiobooks, but I don't have a lot of time to do that either. So sometimes a nice little YouTube video just hooks me right up, and I like it, and I know more, and I'm happier for it.
Right? Yeah, there are. Really, just put World of Warcraft or Warcraft in any search anywhere on any website, and you will get resources up out of everywhere. They are everywhere.
Any website, Cam?
Well, actually, probably.
Even in the deep
I'm
web.
not gonna. Well, I haven't looked at the deep web yet. I might do that.
Oh, goodness.
I'm a little worried to go back there. I have not cleared my system of my access to the thing I used to access it. I may do that because my boyfriend won't be home for a little while, so I may browse the deep web for Warcraft stuff and then come back scarred for life.
Yeah, it's like watching an episode of Axe Cop.
Ugh. Anyway, this was for a show that I didn't think we were going to have a lot of discussion on. This was really great. We are going a lot longer, and I could probably go for another hour.
Because of our awesome guest.
Well,
thank you.
That too. The one and
making me
only
blush.
Odinus, who I'm totally, as soon as hashtag awesome guy gets here, I'm totally gonna scream and yell and be all excited, and he's gonna go, huh?
Kermit Flail.
Oh, what's this?
Who? So darkness. All right, so oh Jesus Christ, I completely forgot to do this during the show, so I'm gonna do this for y'all.
Oh my gosh.
I
Oh,
have
Here we go.
No prompt needed.
none whatsoever. Hold on, let me take another little sip of my wine here.
Take a big one. You're gonna need it.
I have not yodeled in forever. If you've been listening to the show for any length at all whatsoever, you would know that our friend DJ Bill Hype, or Tahu Haruk from Lore Walkers Roundtable, has been bugging me to Tarzan Yodel on the show. And I keep putting it off and saying, no. All right, well, I promised a few weeks ago that I would Tarzan Yodel on episode 50. I'm regretting that promise now.
Uh-oh.
As I'm sure all of you will after this. I'm not quite sure how it goes because I didn't do any research.
Even better.
But to save your eardrums, I'm going to take my headset off and put it across from me on the other couch behind my computer, which you can't see, because my microphone is very sensitive. And if I were to scream, you would be screaming from ear pain. So I'm going to do that now. God, I can't believe this.
All right.
He better still be in the chat room. I swear to God, if he's not, I'm going to be furious.
Don't worry, we will be ripping this video and posting it immediately.
God, please don't.
We're gonna turn it into a YouTube rap.
Just
Oh,
make
God.
it into. You could just do it into a.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Do one of those 10-hour things. All right. So without further ado, here you go, y'all. Oh!
Oh my god.
I'm so glad that I was a part of that.
Woo!
Ah.
Oh, wow.
There you go,
I was
folks.
sure you were going to cough.
There you go. There you go.
Ay, ay,
All right.
That
So
was fantastic.
there we go. There's my Tarzan Yodel. You are welcome, Internet. I have finally answered your plea. Oh God, Uno really did.
yeah, that was crazy.
And people are saying I can't wait for the neighbors. I forgot how to word. Oh, good.
Neighbors.
DJ Bill is still here. I loved it. All right, there we
Can't
go.
wait for the navels.
Yay!
The neighbors. I have actually blown poo in this apartment late at night. And for those of you who don't know, because I know,
Explain.
yes, it's
I'm thinking you're a monkey
it's-
right now.
it's conch. It's I am able to blow conch, which is the conch shell.
The shell.
The shell.
The
But that sounded
conch?
terrible.
Send all comments to
It's
hashtag
conch.
awesome guy.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it's conch. I learned how to do that in Hawaii, and I will demonstrate to people on Skype late at night because I probably drank too much that night. I'm like, I'm just gonna make it's really loud. I would do it, but it's really, really loud. Well, another show I'll do it, but not tonight because
Another
it's.
milestone.
More
Yeah.
promises, Gam.
I'm not
People
promising. I'm just
wanting more.
saying. You know, you gotta keep people.
We're going by
hoping.
Blizzard dev rules here. If you mention something in passing, it's a promise.
It's a fact.
Oh God, blame Celestalon if I don't ever blow poo on the show.
Don't worry, the chat room will pressure him into it.
There you go.
I'm sure they will.
Like a good chat room should.
And by the way, for the chat room wondering how to spell it, it's P-U. Yeah. So anyway, there's that. Uno, how about you take us out?
Hey, You too can also listen live. Just point your browsers to letswowpodcast.com. You know we record every Sunday night, so come hang out with us. You can also find our show archives on letswowpodcast.com. So come check us out. We have a lots plans for the listeners. A lots. Yeah, because that's a thing.
A lots. Oh no, we do have a lots.
We do have lots planned for the listeners on the download, but you never know what fun may happen in our live chat room. Tarzan Yodel. That's all I'm saying.
Fact.
If that's not a hashtag by tonight, I'm going to be upset. Hashtag Tarzan Yodel. Okay, guys, no, seriously, if you're listening to this, I'm going to keep this open till March 1st. Wait, no, April 1st.
That was yesterday.
Yesterday.
I forgot how to calendar, okay? I'm going to keep this open till April 1st. If you send me a tweet with hashtag Tarzan Yodel, there may be something in it for you.
All right.
So that's a thing. Let's see who's actually listening.
Yeah, and if you search hashtag Tarzan Yodel in about an hour, there will definitely be something for you.
10 hours of something.
Oh, God.
Just saying.
Send me the file. I'll put up on my YouTube page.
All right.
Goodness.
As my phone explodes.
Like it should.
Alrighty. All right. Anyway, sorry.
And when you're done listening to our show, why not go check out some of the other great shows in the Dawnforge network? Shows like All Things Azeroth, Group Quest, Halfway Around the World, More Than Megapixels, The Obscure Cast, Steamforged, Shattered Soulstone, and All Things Edible. You can find these shows and more at thedawnforge.com.
I'm definitely typing that in the chat room. Tweet hashtag Tarzan Yodel to @GemmettHunts. I will compile a list of people, and I may have something cool for you. So, there we go. And anybody, don't forget, if you can hear our voices and my lovely Tarzan Yodel, I'm not saying that day.
You don't know that I put that there.
I do know that you put that there. We want you listening to come and join us for a chat like the fantastic Odinus did tonight. So please feel free to send us an email to our email address, which is guests@letswowpodcast.com. You can send us a tweet on the Twitter @letswowpodcast. My phone is seriously exploding right now next to me. and we will get you scheduled in to join us on the show. And also be sure to check out our website, letswowpodcast.com. Like Una said, you can find all of our show archives. You can even listen in right from your phone from the website. And as Nurian said earlier, he wishes that we were on Windows Phone. I will look into it this week, and we may be able to do that for y'all.
And if you'd like to follow us on our individual Twitter accounts, you can find myself, the lovely Day. Gemmett, you're missing
so
your cue.
humble. I'm looking at the chat room. So humble, Day. So humble.
You can find me at Creature Venus, Gem at GemmettHunts, and Uno at Podcrafty. You can also email us all directly at the show using Gemmett, Day, or Uno at letswowpodcast.com.
I do want to say a big congratulations to Nurion. Nazgrim is down. They have down Nazgrim. Congratulations, buddy.
Ooh, and
remember, they're recruiting for a second 10-man team.
That they are.
Draenor US, Alliance side. Woot woot.
So you can have fun too.
So congratulations, Nurion. That's awesome. And he got his 553 weapon. So this is breaking news right now on the podcast.
Nice.
It's always fun when that
happens.
Eyewitness. Wow. What? Terrible. It worked better in my head. Anyway. Once again, and as always, I do have to give a giant shout out and a big thank you to our friend Crystal from Star Shadow Designs over on Etsy. She does all this really cool handmade nerd stuff. I was checking her out. I was checking some of her stuff out today. She's got really cool things up there. So go check her out. at etsy.com/shop/Star Shattered Designs, and use the coupon code GEMIT, and you will get 10% off of your order. Which, I mean, really, oh my god, my phone. I have it on vibrate. I can feel it vibrating through the couch. Odinus, again, thank you once again so very much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure getting to chat with you.
It's been a pleasure being on.
It's you really are a great guy, and the roleplay stuff I learned. And maybe I'll come back to WoW sooner than I thought.
Definitely.
I'm glad.
So, and now here is your time to pimp out all your things. Where can everybody find you all over the interwebs?
All right. So you can find me on Twitter at @Odinus. That's ODYNUS. Or you can contact me at avatarodinus@gmail.com. If you'd like to listen to my show, The Lockheed Journals, which is a Warcraft radio detective series, you can find it on the Stormride cast, which has my show and other great shows such as Liquor Fueled, Realm of Books, and Flex Mode.
That Liquor Fueled. You should listen to Liquor Fueled. That's fun. Or you could come to my live stream. It's pretty much the same thing.
Oh, goodness.
It's hilarious.
Of course, as always, all of these links will be in the show description for iTunes and Stitcher and on the website up there as well. Check out Odinus. He is a great guy. Lots of information there. And that voice.
I was going to say, I
Made
almost
for
melted during
podcasting.
that.
Right? Wait, could you just do that again?
Do what?
Your whole
you
plug.
just tell everybody where they can find you again,
Where
just
can
so
we
we can hear
find
that
you,
voice
Odin?
again.
All right. You can find me at @Odinus. That's ODYNUS, or at avatarodinus@gmail.com.
That's great.
Fantastic. It's like listening. It's like having somebody from the radio.
I
on.
know, right? Teach us your
So
ways.
good.
Someday.
Brush your shoulders off there, Odinus.
Hey, also, don't forget to go ahead and leave us a rating and or a review on iTunes and a thumbs up on Stitcher as well. We usually appreciate hearing your feedback. I mean, always. Sorry, not usually. We're the podcast for you and by you, so feel free to let us know what you'd like to hear. You can send us an email, send us a tweet, catch us in-game or in our live chat room, and we'd love to bring up whatever you'd like to hear us talk about. Hashtag Tarzan Yodel.
Hashtag Tarzan Yodel. That should be a thing. That needs to be a thing. That definitely needs to be a thing.
I'm sure it is by now.
Go ahead. Yeah, I'm looking at my Twitter interactions, and they're kind of up there. Yeah. I have Twitter open in another tab. Day, you're gonna promote that on Dot Thoughts Great Plots, right?
What am I going to promote?
Hashtag Tarzan Noodle.
Yeah, when you show up for a live episode.
Oh. Shade. Ouch. That hurt.
All we gotta do is get Gemmett in the arena, and have it start, and then the other two players or one player quits, and Gemmett just Tarzan yodels across the arena.
Oh my god! All right, we'll work
win.
on that. Day, keep that in your memory. When I come back to WoW, that's what we're gonna do, and we'll make a video of it.
Oh man.
I am so sorry to the other team.
So
Well,
sorry
I will
to the
bubble him,
internet.
and I'll leave the arena. I'll just quit.
Yeah, exactly. Lio shade.
Shady.
Day is throwing some shade. All right. Well, once again, and as always, to our fantastic listeners, thank you all so much for listening in to us again this week. Everybody in the chat room, wow, we had a fantastic discussion going on in our chat room. So another reason why it's great to listen to us live. Everybody listening on the download who tweets me things about it. Love it. We're a community. Let's keep that community going, y'all. And let's keep talking about community stuff. So, thank you, everybody listening, for 50 episodes. 50!
Flex.
50! I think I said it on episode 10 that we are going to keep going as long as we have even one listener. We are not going anywhere. We do this all for you guys, and we love you all so much. Thank you for all of your support. We would not be here without you.
/hug.
/hugs. And as always, we will see you next week in the same time and the same place. Until next time, my friends and fellow heroes of Azeroth.
Good night, everybody.
Less QQ, more pew pew.
You better get rich or die grinding.
And remember to stay geeky, my friends. Embrace the noobs. Don't step on them. We will see you next week, everybody. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Suck. Job's done.